This is just so exhilarating. The islands of the west coast of Scotland just opening up behind me there. Arran's just over there. It's so, you get this sense of freedom, and yet we're just down the road from Glasgow. I've left Cumbrae and travelled up the coast to catch another ferry to Bute, a bit larger than Cumbrae and another popular holiday destination. I'm joined in Bute's capital, the Royal Borough of Rothesay, by Emily Smith. At the age of just 20, she was Scots Folk Singer of the Year and now tours all over the world. She'll be singing for us in each of the next 3 weeks as we journey to and from Glasgow.
I like a lot of different types of music, mainly acoustic-based music, but the music that I perform in my own concerts is a bit of a mix. I have a real passion for traditional Scots song and historical song, but I also write my own songs as well, sometimes in Scots language, sometimes in straightforward English, very much inspired by local history and the landscape and just...
this kind of stuff?
This kind of stuff, absolutely. I could happily sit here. Came to singing relatively late on, I guess late teens, when both of the bands I was playing with decided they needed a singer, and for some reason I was put forward for that. I don't ever remember anyone saying prior to that I was a particularly good singer, but I must have done something. So it's become my career, and on leaving school I guess I took it a little bit more seriously and moved from Dumfriesshire up to Glasgow to do the Scottish music degree at the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama. Being a Christian is also part of my life, so that I guess it's just inevitable that's going to come through my music. Having grown up believing that God existed and going to Sunday school and to church and being involved in the church, I didn't have any young Christian friends, and so I guess moving to Glasgow I became really good pals with a girl who was on my course who was also a Christian, and I just remember the day that she said she was a Christian, and I was so surprised because I'd never met a young person before that also had a faith, and through her I went to the Navigators programme in Glasgow, which is a great support network where you meet up once a week and do a Bible study and just chat and eat together and just I guess just hang out. So that was a big part of my time in Glasgow as well.
One fine day when home feels so far away, I think of you as I look out to the horizon. Water blue, is it raining there with you? It's clear today as I look out to the horizon. Butterflies swoop, butterflies fall, and as I look I think of you all. Butterflies swoop and butterflies fall, and I think of you all today. If I return, oh, I'll bring you here with me, and side by side, oh, we'll look out to the horizon. We'll see those butterflies swoop, butterflies fall, and as I look I think of you all. Butterflies swoop and butterflies fall, and I think of you all today. Butterflies swoop and butterflies fall, and as I look I think of you all. Butterflies swoop and butterflies fall, and I think of you all today.
Tony and Mary Spencer lived in Kent, where he was a music instructor and she a primary teacher. They came every year to Bute for their family holidays, and they loved it so much they dreamed of living here.
I used to joke with the children and say, oh, one day when you've been through university, Dad and I will move up here and Dad will get the instructor's job and I'll do a bit of supply teaching and it'll be just fine.
But it was a fantasy.
Yeah, and the kids, you say, here's Mum, pie in the sky, it'll never happen.
But it did. After years of waiting, the right jobs came up, one after the other, for them both.
I just feel that all through my life, really, I just feel that God's been there at the back and He prepares the way, and if you're willing to go and see which way He's prepared you, then, you know, things work out for the best.
You ended up in church here too, didn't you?
Yes, well, we'd stopped going to church in England, our children had grown up, and I wanted to go back to church, but I didn't want to go on my own, and I knew Tony wasn't really ready to go. And then the local minister, Reverend Curry, came into school and said, Tony, we need an organist. And Tony said, I'm not an organist, I'm a pianist. But he said, but we'll pay you. So it was like God saying, well, if you don't come to church, I'm even going to give you a salary and make you come to church. So 2 years ago we started going, and Tony's running a choir in the church, and we've brought the pupils that sang today into church for Education Sunday, and it's been such a blessing, not just to us, but to the congregation, and I think to the children.